Spider-Man 2 full screen special edition DVD from 2004 is still one of my favorite movies in the collection. And one of the main reasons for this is every time you put this disc in, and this is a 2-disc set, it transports you back into 2004. And I always encourage people, if you're just getting into collecting, physical media, if you're just getting into collecting movies, start with some DVDs. Like, you don't have to jump up to the biggest 4K release. This DVD right here, look at all the special features just on this DVD. I'm going to try to make sure my light doesn't cover it up. You can see all these special features. Disc 1, you got the audio commentary with Sam Raimi and Toby Maguire. And then disc 2, you can look at all of the special features you get. This is back when DVD sales were thriving, and the industry really put a lot of effort into these DVDs because this was a huge part of adding to the financial success of a movie. Now, obviously, we have streaming, we have digital, we have all this stuff, so it's not as important. We still get some good some good releases from time to time. But there's something about this, and this making the amazing 12-part documentary from pre-production to the Hollywood premiere. I used to watch this documentary all the time, and I love this movie. Spider-Man 2 is not only one of my favorite superhero movies, it's definitely one of those movies that just sticks with you, throughout life. And that 12-part documentary added a lot to my fandom for this movie because it has what I like to call, it makes the shelf life of the movie even more important. Like, when you can dig deeper into a movie, you can dive deeper. That's why a lot of us love the special features on all these new boutique label releases. We get new interviews, we get new cast interviews and all this. For a big budget movie like this, where you're probably not ever going to get a boutique release of it, and you're probably going to have to stick to the source material of when this movie was made in 2000. Again, this movie was probably made before 2004, but it came out in 2004. And stuff like audio commentaries, they always port these things over into the new, a lot of times, sometimes they don't, but a lot of times they port these things over into the new Blu-ray, the new 4K. And I'm just telling you, if you're somebody who doesn't have all that, if you don't have a brand new 4K player, you don't have the TV to support the technology, and you just want to kind of collect your favorite movies, this is one of the best physical media releases for DVDs. I mean, this right here, this is when they really gave you all the bells and whistles for a big release. I love the little stickers that come, I call these like little promo stickers here, the 2 discs with 10 hours of exclusive content. But this says a lot about us as fans, is that when you have Spider-Man 2, and it's a movie that holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts, especially for people of my generation, I always encourage you, go seek out these DVDs from this time, man. There's just a personality, there's a soul to them. Not saying these other ones don't have that, but there's something about when you watch this DVD and you kind of go back and you look at the DVD menu screen. A lot of times the DVD menu screen was really cool. It was like kind of taking you on this journey. And it had this shelf life of where you'd go see the movie multiple times in the theater, because back then, movies stayed in theaters a lot longer. And you were counting down the days until you could own this at home and watch this anytime you wanted. And when you were able to finally get it at home, you were just met with awesome menu screen. You were met with, moving images, music. There was all these really cool menu items. The scene selections were really cool. They usually name the scenes after different things. It wasn't just numbered, they were named. Not only do you get this disc 2 12-part documentary, you also get a deeper look into Peter Parker and his personal battles and the continuing story of Spider-Man. They also have one called the Ockumentary, special look at Doc Ock. You got the Interwoven, the Women of Spider-Man. It takes a look at Mary Jane, Ant-Man, and the other women in Peter Parker's life. You got Enter the Web, a groundbreaking multi-angle look behind the scenes at the climactic Pier sequence captured in real time. Art gallery. They even went over stuff with the Activision Spider-Man 2 game. Behind the scenes looks at Spider-Man 2 the game. And then even on the disc 1, man, you got a music video here from Train. They put music videos on here. So all I'm getting at is really seek out these things. Even if you're a big time collector and you collect all these and you already have this on 4K and Blu-ray, you can just see the production value here. You got disc 1, you got disc 2. Just an incredible release. And I wanted to take time to kind of highlight some of these great DVD releases, because I feel like if physical media is going to survive and it's going to continue to find new audiences, making the entry point is something that I feel passionate about. Yes, I know it's DVD, but I'm telling you, man, a lot of these DVDs still look really good. especially if you have like a Blu-ray player, 4K player, whatever. If you have a nice TV, the aspect ratio can kind of be different. This is a full screen, so you kind of get that. There's also a widescreen edition. But I wanted to highlight this Spider-Man 2 DVD release because it transports us back into 2004. And I don't know if, like, modern movies now, when they come out with a 4K or a Blu-ray, they feel like they're from the time, right? But when they do like a reissue, so like if a movie's been out for a while and then they decide to upgrade it to Blu-ray, for big movies like this, it would be upgrade to 4K. But that first physical media release, whether it be a DVD, a Blu-ray, whatever, that first time that movie's on home video, back then, you know, you could even say VHS, but I'm mainly sticking to DVDs because of the DVD menu and all the different highlights that they have. It really does transport you back into that time of when you became a fan of the movie. And so DVD menu screens to me and DVD special features always had that charm and always had that rewatchability where you would just rewatch stuff over and over and over again. That's why we're so passionate as collectors for booklets and things like that, because a lot of times, man, if they had a booklet in a movie, or like, you know, I used to buy soundtracks for movies. Spider-Man 2 is a soundtrack I actually owned, and man, I'd flip through that booklet all the time because there was images of the movie, there was all this different stuff, and that was your way of getting to kind of revisit and relive the movie over and over again. This is before streaming, and you could just watch it whenever you want, and you didn't get to see stuff all the time. You couldn't go into YouTube and type up like Spider-Man 2 scenes to kind of, you know, satisfy that. And so this movie right here, again, I have the slipcover off, but this movie right here, when we're talking about like essential DVD releases, this is an incredible DVD release, and this is an incredible movie. But this home video release is truly great, and I really encourage you. You could probably get this for like $5. You know, you could probably get this for $5, you know, and, you know, go to a Half Price Books that's probably there. And I just think it's important to kind of look back at, you know, some of these essential DVD releases when the industry was really thriving, when the industry was really pushing, giving all the bells and whistles to these movies. And it was a big part of the box office plan for the whole movie. When studios were thinking about the shelf life of a movie, like how can we get that movie to play as best as we can? How can we get, you know, the most money? And the DVD shelf life was a big part of that. And so you got a lot of resources that were dumped into that, and you could tell with a lot of these great DVD releases, it truly is like a time capsule thing. It takes you back to when the studios were really putting time and effort into their releases for home video. We're starting to see an uptick back into that. We're starting to see more studios kind of put that time and effort into the releases. Sometimes it's just a bare bones release, but for movies like Spider-Man 2, it was always a special event when that movie was released on home video. And you know, back when you used to like actually go in store and buy these things, you know, midnight releases of a DVD release, midnight releases of whatever, it just had that special charm to it. And so I just wanted to highlight this. It's not only is it a great movie, if you've seen the movie, you know it's a great movie, but this DVD, this special edition, over 10 hours of bonus features, it's just a great DVD. So if you're somebody who's just getting into collecting, you're kind of looking to see like, man, I just want to kind of start off by getting my favorite movies, I would encourage you, try out the DVD, try out the, you know, if you want to go ahead and get the Blu-ray, I totally get it. I don't know, there's just something about that DVD menu screen, and I'd have to look at the Blu-ray again to see if it has all that different stuff. I'm sure they ported it over, but there's just something about it. I don't know how to describe it, and it definitely transports you back into that time and place. So let me know if this is something you'd like to see. I could definitely highlight more movies, the DVD copy, maybe the first Blu-ray copy, kind of like the first like DVD or Blu-ray edition of the movie, you could say. If you kind of like this series, let me know. I'll definitely highlight a few others. And let me know in the comments below if you remember having this DVD and what you think of it. And let me know about some other ones that you really kind of have that fondness for, kind of like I have for the Spider-Man 2 Special Edition DVD set here. So, and if you like this kind of vibe, definitely stay to the end screen. I think I have some other videos you might enjoy. Catch you in the next one.